short-haired neighbor paces outside my house tonight. Paces like a man making a decision. Syllables scattered from his drug-damaged tongue hit the thick summer air and fall to the ground around him. Nonsense is the only language he recalls. Shrieks and groans the only things that come to his lips when they're called. See, cocaine and tragedy have stolen his grasp on the speech of the civilized. So he spends all his breath muttering to the savages that moved into the empty spaces of his mind as they are the only ones who will listen. He paces outside my house tonight. Paces like a man making a decision. And I am afraid of him. And I'm glad for the dead-bolted door and the social classes that separate us. Glad that our only interaction is my twice-daily greeting. Good morning, sir. Good evening. How efficiently those refined phrases clothe my less refined feelings. For though I may spout religious conviction, he's far removed from the pity-inducing picture of the poor that hangs on the walls of my good intentions. The truth, when it comes, is merciless and mean, and leaves my every misconception bleeding. I know in a moment that the man outside my house is victim and felon both, a casualty of capitalism and of my own casual disdain for him. Another man who's fallen in love with his own murderer, which presently cakes the edges of his nostrils with spent skin, nurses in his mind a singular obsession, splinters neural synapses like twigs, and pushes seeds of chaos into every inch of cartilage it touches. The world's injustice and his own terrible weakness have stripped him of all pretense, and his brokenness is indecently exposed. He wears his madness like a robe while I flaunt pretty clothes and social astuteness, poetry, prose, a degree in my prudence, while all my madness, all my horror-filled abuses I keep not in the alleyways of my mind where they will ricochet out of my mouth and shine like crazed fire in my eyes, but deep, deep away in the burn piles and padlocked files of the heart. He has forgotten restraint. I have learned it. Addiction has eaten away his self-control like the rot that eats his clothing, but beneath my still intact sweater and slacks, we are the same. He paces outside my house tonight. Paces like a man making a decision. And maybe he is a man making a decision. Maybe the scales of whether or not to continue existing must be weighed every night with neck-craning precision, and he arrives at a choice only after he has marked the ground and the heels of his shoes with his indecision. Mere feet from him, I sit on the floor of my kitchen, rocking, undone by the sadness of things, and I begin muttering. First prayer, then nonsense, then shrieks and groans, and before long I fall asleep there, slumped against my refrigerator door. My brokenness a bit more decent perhaps, but still, like his, exposed.